How you guys doing? It's 514 Mystic from BookieBullies.com, and this is breaking down the books. Coming off a day where we went 3 of 8 on the night. Basically 4 of 10. Well, technically 4 of 10 if you have to add the Atlanta game that I gave you guys parlayed with the basically Atlanta Hawks to cover the minus 6.5 and the over. So the over never happened, so that didn't hit. But overall went 3 of 8 on the night. It's not very good at all. But it is what it is. That's what happens when you go and you bet on underdogs and stuff like that. So you have to be willing to roll with the punches. Anyways, today we got a pretty long slate of hockey, short slate of basketball. I'm gonna get right into it, starting with the Arizona Coyotes versus the Blue Jackets. Blue Jackets favorite here tonight, 186 to 1 on your buck. 5.0 is the total in this game, kind of low. Uh, Now the Coyotes, they typically go under anyways. Darcy Quimper with a 1.97 goal against average. They're going to be going up against Corpusalo. Corpusalo, he hasn't been playing too bad on his end either. He has a shutout under his belt. But Quimper has two. So obviously the under might seem like the way to go if you're looking at this game. For the most part, Arizona plays a very slow-paced game, and they're able to keep the games under for the most part. Columbus coming off a game where they lost versus New Jersey. Uh, they got shut out by New Jersey, so not very good in their regards. So I don't know. I don't really have a play in this game. Just looking at it, kind of looks a little sketch. Arizona hasn't played in quite some time either. They're paying 195 to 1 on the buck. I would love to pick Arizona money line. I don't like a total. I would love to pick Arizona money line. Seems to me like the right way to go, but I might be fully off. But anyways, I like Arizona here. Give me a quick select. I don't know. Something seems a little weird about this game. Arizona's 2-4 in their last 6 games. The under always hits. It's hit in 7 of their last 10 overall. They're 8-1 at the spread, but they're also 6-3 on the road. Columbus is 5-1 at home in their last 6 games, and this is probably why, because they haven't done so well in the last few games. But this is probably why they're favorite. I still like Arizona here. I like Arizona a lot better than I would like Columbus to win in this game. But you know what? I'm not gonna pick a side. Next is the Boston Bruins versus the Hurricanes. Boston, they're killing it right now. They're just basically pummeling everybody that they see. Uh, it's Boston or nothing. Carolina, yeah, they play hard. They just came off of a big win where they ended up beating the Tampa Bay Lightning. So they have a pretty impressive win on their belt. But got Peter Mrazek who's going to be playing against Halak. So we don't have Tuukka Rask at net, but Halak been pretty solid in his own regard. So it would honestly be Boston or nothing. I'd like Boston minus 1.5. I think it's going to be a pretty competitive game, but I like Boston minus 1.5. Uh, Florida versus Minnesota. Honestly, I like Florida. I like Florida minus 1.5. I don't know what it is about like yeah, they're a high powered offense, and I like what's going on there. They got Nico Hovinen at net again for Minnesota. Like I said, Devin Dubnik's going to be away from the team for a while. Still away from the team for personal reasons. Hopefully everything goes better with him because he was pretty rock solid like for the last few years, anyways. Last year, towards the end of the season, basically started going down, and this year hasn't looked really good at all. So hopefully everything goes good with Devin Dubnik. But Nico Hovinen is gonna have the start tonight. Florida Panthers gonna go with Drager or Dredger. He actually had a shutout in his first game. 27 saves, pretty impressive win. And the team basically rallied around him. They were defending him, they were protecting him. 27 shots for a team, Florida team that basically allows a lot of shots on goal. They're at the bottom tier of the league in shots on goal allowed. Um, but they're actually in the top of the league as far as shots on goal. They're fifth in the league at shots on goal. So we'll have to see how this plays out. And I like Florida here. Sorry, I'm dragging on. So Florida minus 1.5 in this game. Next, we got the Islanders versus the Montreal Canadiens. Montreal is favorite. There's no reason for them to be. Islanders just came off of a back-to-back. This is probably the only reason why Montreal on an 8-game losing streak. Back the Islanders here. live with the results. If Montreal wins, they win, but there's no way a team that's on an 8 game losing streak should be favored ever. You know, it should be even money if anything, but I don't think there's a reason for this. They just sent Kincaid down. They just sent Keith Kincaid down to the AHL, and they're planning on waiving him. A lot of controversy going on down in Montreal. People are, people's jobs are on the line. It's Thomas Greiss versus Carey Price. Carey Price started most of the games. He hasn't been worth the money at all. The total 6.0. You could bank on that if you want on the under, but it should probably be an over game. I really like New York here money line as an underdog. Next we got Toronto versus the Flyers. Flyers a good home team. Toronto, well they try to do what they had to do. Actually on Saturday I had a 3 play parlay. This is just a personal thing, real quick to let you guys know, like you know what I mean. Saturday I had a 3 play parlay where I had Boston minus one. Sorry, Washington Capitals minus 1.5. The Calgary Flames minus 1.5 and the Toronto Maple Leafs minus 1.5. Now, the Maple Leafs were playing the Buffalo Sabres. Yeah, they were playing the Sabres. Sabres were basically high on life. You know what I mean? They were out here doing what they had to do. And Toronto ended up scoring first out of all the teams that I had on my parlay. And they ended up winning the game in overtime. But wasn't an overly impressive win. They ended up winning 2-1 in a game that should have probably been a blowout. So Toronto over here, their favorite. If you guys are thinking about putting the -1, just be wary that they're not quite there yet. Yes, they're winning games. Yes, they're doing what they have to do, and they have the backup of their coach, and they're talking all the smack about Mike Babcock as if he was the worst person in the world. But if you want a bandwagon, this is like at 310 to 1. You want a single bet that, don't parlay that with anything, like you know. But I don't have a play in this game outside of the under 6.5. All that to say the under 6.5. Sorry if I had to drag on there. Next, we got Vegas versus Devils. Both these teams played yesterday. I bet against Vegas and I bet on the Devils. You guys, if you guys are following, you've seen what happened. Vegas did what they had to do. The Devils ended up getting blown out. Now Devils are underdog. Vegas still on the road. I don't like a play in this game. It's basically Vegas or nothing. Seems to me like they have Fleury coming out, and they don't. They have Garrett Sparks. Garrett Sparks is gonna get his first start for the season. Um, on the road. If you want, bank on Jersey after they just got robbed yesterday. They got beat up so bad it was like a 7-8 goal robbing. So if you want to bank on Jersey, go ahead. But they screwed me. Well, they didn't screw me. I took my chances on an underdog and they ended up losing. So uh, today not that time, you know. But not a crazy pick if like you have to think about these guys. They have feelings. Taylor Hall is on the trade block. He's probably gonna want to show out so he could get like some trade value and stuff like that. He's on a contract year, if you guys remember well. So if there's ever a chance for Jersey to win, it's today. As a home dog, paying damn near 220 on your buck. Next, there's Dallas versus the Winnipeg Jets. Under probably a very good pick in this game. Typically is 5.5 is the total. It seems to me like Connor Hellebuck is getting the start today. Just want to be sure, but it's probably going to be Hellebuck. You got Kuboden versus Hellebuck. Yeah, exactly. And got a 2.14 goal against average versus a 2.223 goal against average. So that's going to be interesting. 5.5 is kind of a little bit. It's not very much. Dallas is trending in the right way. They've been doing well. Kind of took a few L's, but they've been doing all right for the most part. Hmm. Sorry for the delay here. Um, Winnipeg is first in penalty minutes, so they don't allow a lot of penalty minutes at all. They play the right way, is what it seems like. Obviously, obviously, he's probably not going to be paying very much, but that might be a good pick for for Dallas to get more penalty minutes tonight than Winnipeg, or or it might go the other way around. Winnipeg might get so frustrated with what Dallas is doing to them, playing physical and all of that, that they end up getting penalties like tripping and high sticking, interferences and stuff like that. So it could go either way. I don't have a play in this game. If I had to pick something, I'd probably pick Dallas to get more penalty minutes than Winnipeg. But like I said, it could easily go the other way. Like obviously Winnipeg has the least amount of penalty minutes in the league, But if you get frustrated enough, guys make stupid plays and stupid penalties cost you games. So Dallas should probably win, but 5.5 I think it's a little low. Next, Tampa Bay versus the Predators. I like Tampa Bay in this game. They're like on a 3-game losing streak. They can't keep on losing. Maybe they're gonna keep on losing on this road trip, but hey, I'm not convinced. I don't like either of these teams. Probably gonna stay away. Total's at 6.5. If Pekarine's at net, not a good idea. Not a good idea to put that under if Pekarine's at net. He's been doing the damn thing. You know, he's trying to he's trying to up his 2K value. He's actually leading the league in shutouts also, so that's helping. His save percentage is kind of low right now because of how bad he started. Big Cat is going to be playing tonight, Andrew Vasilevsky. So I don't know. I think this game goes over. I think that game goes over. Next, Ottawa Senators versus the Vancouver Canucks. I like the Vancouver Canucks here, minus 1.5. Might be out of my mind, but I like Vancouver. And the last game on the board here that I see for hockey is Washington Capitals versus the San Jose Sharks. I really don't think San Jose is that good. Maybe they proved to me wrong tonight, but I'm gonna put my money on the Capitals to win by the spread. So I'm gonna move along to the NBA because I'm trying to kind of breeze right through this. At the top of the NBA, we got the Detroit Pistons versus the Cleveland Cavaliers. 3.5 favorites are the Pistons. 216.5 the total. 216 seems like a low amount of points. Cleveland always gives guys battles. 3.5 is kind of a short amount, but no Kevin. If no Kevin Love is playing, then I like their chances of covering that spread. The Pistons, they should probably kick butt. They should probably kick butt tonight. Let's see if Kevin Love is playing. That's kind of going to be important. Kevin Love seems to be playing tonight. Looks like he's playing tonight. Yeah. Anyways, I don't really like playing that game. Anyways, outside of Pistons covering, which they should. I've seen Pistons do so many things. I would hate to bet on them and then they lose. But anyways, we're gonna roll with the Pistons. 3.5. Next, got the Magic versus the Wizards. Wizards super over team. Magics they can't find their offense. They play very good defense though. That's why the total's at 229.0. But they don't have a offensive identity. So I think this game goes over solely on the fact that Washington is gonna try their best to score points. And if Orlando wants to win, they're gonna have to score points also. Dangerous play. So I lean over. I'm not gonna give the over. Tired of taking L's for you guys. So I'm gonna give you guys the. I'm gonna lean over and not give a play in that game at all. Next, Dallas versus Pelicans. Dallas should cover with flying colors. You know, they're like the number one team in the league as far as they're the number three team with bench. They're like the number one pace in the league. It's crazy what's going on in Dallas. So 233.5 is the total. That's probably an easy over if the Pelicans could find offense. The Pelicans also go over. These are two over teams basically. Uh, yeah, and Dallas 11-8 at the spread on their home floor. On overall, so I like Dallas. I like Dallas and the over in that game. Next, Miami Heat versus Toronto Raptors. Heat's, the Heat's they've been playing really well. Toronto, they're undefeated at home still. Don't bet against the Heat, but don't bet against Toronto. I honestly, I would stay away from this game still. I think it's gonna be close. 212.5 seems like a low amount. I'm gonna put that over. I think they're gonna trade blows, but I don't have a play as far as a winner. I'm gonna wait to see. I think that game is gonna be exciting too. So might be worth a watch. Next, Houston Rockets versus the Spurs. Rockets 7.0 favorites, 233.5 is the total. Spurs, one of the top team in the leagues at going over, so be wary with that. They haven't gone over in the last couple games, but they do go over, so be careful with that. 7.0 is the total is the spread. Last time we saw the Rockets, they were playing against Atlanta, blew them out by a lot of points. James Harden sat down. He had 60 points in 3 quarters. Just ridiculous. Spurs, what could we say about the Spurs, man? They're trying to generate offense. If anybody could slow the Rockets down, it might be them. But they're gonna have to get some offense. So I don't know that they can do it. All they got is DeMar DeRozan. Poor guys, man. It's DeMar DeRozan and LaMarcus Aldridge. I fear that Pop might not make the playoffs for like the first time in my recollection of the NBA. Probably gonna stay away from the spread. Probably gonna stay away from the total and just watch. I'd like to bet on the Spurs plus 7.0. Honestly, I'd go Spurs plus 7.0. Like I feel like they wake up for this game. Like we're not letting our neighbors come home and come to our home and rip us. Not tonight, like so because San Antonio, Houston, it's all Texas, right? Next, the Lakers versus the Nuggets. Lakers underdog, number one versus number two in the East and the West. Dallas, sorry, in both teams in the West. Wow. Number one is Lakers in the West. Number two is Denver in the West. So uh, Denver is home. They have a very good defense, but I like the Lakers as an underdog here. If Anthony Davis plays, he's a game time decision with that shoulder. He's always been a game time decision. Every game that I check, he's a game time decision. I think he plays. If he doesn't play, I don't like that pick. If he does play, I like the Lakers to bounce back on a loss that they took over the weekend to Dallas. So I like that. I like that play. 220 to 1. I'm seeing over here. I like the Lakers money line. Next, the Trailblazers versus the Clippers. 9.5 favorite are the Clippers. 231.5 is the total. Yes, I said I wouldn't want to bet against the Portland. I wouldn't want to bet on the Portland Trailblazers, but I can't bet on a 9.5 total. I think that's a lot. That's a lot for the Clippers to cover. And I think Damian Lillard is one of them bad boys who wakes up for games like these, ready to like he's ready to take it to all these guys. And I don't think Patrick Beverly has what it. He's probably gonna get in foul trouble playing around with Damian Lillard. Damian Lillard's a bad boy. Um, and Carmelo Anthony coming off of getting the Player of the Week. I don't know. I don't know how, but he got the Player of the Week. But shout out to him. You know what? Everybody has their opinion on that. Me personally, I think Carmelo Anthony got the Player of the Week because he came out of nowhere after not playing in the league for a year and basically balled out and helped propel a team that was taking all kind of L's and made them win three in a row while producing points. Like, you know what I mean? There was only what one game, his first game that he came back, that he only got 9 points or 10 points or whatever. But he's averaging with 22 and 7. Forget his assists because it's under three, so it doesn't really matter. But 22, 7, and let's say 3, 2. So off for a guy who just came off, off of not working in a year. So maybe that's why they're giving him all of, maybe that's why they gave him Conference Player of the Week. But again, there was players that was better than him. Might be a consolidation prize, but I would understand the perspective or the narrative of why they would have given it to him. Given all of that, I'll go Blazers to cover the 9.5. I did say I'm not. You know what? No, no. I vowed to not bet on the Blazers until next year, until they showed me something. And tonight is when they show me something. Prove to me tonight. Cover that spread. I lean Blazers tonight, but I'm not giving it. So prove to me something. Anyway, that's pretty much it for me. I'm gonna give you guys the Bookie Bullies rundown, but before I do that, please go ahead, smash that like button, share, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell in the top right corner. That's the right. You know what I mean? It's my left, but it's your right. Top right corner, and you'll be able to get advised anytime I post videos like these. So starting from the top, I'm gonna give you guys my plays. I got the Boston Bruins minus 1.5. The Florida Panthers minus 1.5. New York Islanders money line. The under 6.5 in the Toronto versus Flyers game. The over 6.5 in the Lightning Predators game. Vancouver Canucks minus 1.5. Washington Capitals minus 1.5. A bunch of dangerous plays. You guys, every single minus 1.5 you heard, you guys could go ahead and put the money line if you please. I'm just letting you know, just to help you guys out. But I'm giving you the minus 1.5 because I'm ballsy as shit, But all those minus 1.5s you heard, you guys could rewind that and go ahead and put the money lines if you'd like. Going on, we got the Detroit Pistons minus 3.5, Dallas Mavericks minus 4.0, the over 233 in the Mavericks versus Pelicans game, the over 212.5 in the Miami versus Toronto game, the Spurs plus 7.0, and the Lakers money line. And super lean on the Portland Trailblazers. Let's see if they do what they got to do tonight. That's 13 plays. They haven't been posted on my Twitter. Like I said, I've been under the weather and just trying to focus on a bunch of different things. creating content for you guys that I'm going to be sharing just now. But just check me out on YouTube. You guys will see that. Check me out on Twitter. You guys will be able to see my typically see my picks and stuff like that. I'm gonna be a lot more active in the weeks to come. So that's pretty much it. Be safe, be good, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. And like I say all the time, please do not bet what you can't afford to lose. I've been your host, Found 4 Mystic. Go and check me out. Link in the description. Peace out.